Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and I'm feeling a lot better because I enjoyed titty vodka, not the ex-wife vodka. That was nasty stuff, just like the ex-wife. So this morning we're off to an early start because we want to get things done. All right, so we woke up to -8 Celsius, but feels like -10. So I'm risking it all by standing out here with the me phone. Yes, I will be censored. I know it. All right, on the yo-yo scale, +18 Fahrenheit. Ooh, warm. But feels like +14. Ooh, chilly. All right, we're supposed to get 2 to 4 inches of snow. Yes, snow. Not like the poor bastards on the east coast of Canada. They get winter all in one weekend. Just get dumped on now. Oh, well, but they have a resale value on their property. Not like us here up in WHO-ville. All right, so a quick scroll this way. Look at the flags. I untangled them. And then over here we have the yard lights on. That's why I'm rushing to get this done before I'm censored, because we want to show the world that it's dark up here in wilderness Alaska, but in northern Manitoba. All right. Also, too, we're getting out my private stash or stockpile. All right. This is aviation gasket goo. You put it on the gasket, let it sit, and it'll seal up. Yes, do not get this on your hands or your pee-pee. Yes, make sure you go to the bathroom before using this, because that's the last thing you need to do is start putting this on the gasket and on the cylinder head and the engine block. Oh, the motor block, to offend everybody. And then have to go pee. Yes, you don't get this on your hands or your pee-pee. It's very nasty stuff. We'll have more of it on that video later on this morning when we get it out, but I've been saving it for a long time. You never, how would you say, let your inventory go down. You have to have in stock for one of these moments. All right, I didn't start the wood stove yet because we want to get this filming done while it's still dark and snowy out here for that drama effect. Yes, drama, like being married. All right. Look at the skies. It's icky, icky. Ooh. And the winter roads are slowly opening up, which is okay. As long as those guys aren't pestering me because they owe me money. So don't come knocking on my door wanting something fixed because I never got paid the first time around. I'm retired now and enjoying the good life as a YouTube influencer. Yes, telling people how to fix things, telling people what to drink, telling people how to recover from, ex-wife vodka. Also, too, we have to thank the YouTube subscribers and the Kingdom followers that are putting excellent comments on, so everybody's learning. We have the invisible subscribers or the followers that read along and learn. Those people are learning too, just like us. So that's what we like to see, all the comments, and they're educational. Because we're the educational channel. Oh, these lips. I'm not bad for hurting today, but I will be hurting later until I get my vodka. All right, I think we did the full rotation. Okay, and we're probably censored, so I better go, because here comes the boss.
Hey, what's up, Kingdom followers? Sir Rodney live at Westrans. Just want to show you a few things. All right, just wanted to show you guys we have the full lineup of cleaning products: aluminum, metal polishes, interior, exterior. This is good stuff right here. I use this on my truck. Love it. Also, too, you go down the line, you got carpet clean, glass cleaner, and then we get into the Permatex. And you'll see on Joey's page tonight, he is using Form-a-Gasket from Permatex, another good product. There's all of our silicones, all sorts of Loctites. You want it, we got it. Anything else you guys want to see, let me know. Keep liking, keep following, keep sharing. Let's get some business for Joey here.
Okay, we're ready. We got the heads all moved around and up in the air and clean. We have the wood stove just, how would you say, small fire because it's going to get hot in here. And this head is clean. This is the one that's pitted bad, but we're going to put it on because there's a 50-50 chance it might leak and it might not. But also, too, we're going to experiment with thermostats. So if we cook the head or cook the motor and crack the head, there's no great loss. We got what, how do you say, a couple of tests out of it. All right, so over here we got everything clean. The gasket here, just like I said, where is it here? Oh, all right, where is it? Okay, remember I said it was leaking? Okay, right there. So it spread itself out. I did take a picture of it and the part number on it, so I know which gasket it is, because the TD6s, they have two different sizes. So knowing my luck, this one will have two different sizes too. Everything is clean here. I'll do one more wipe down with the alcohol to make sure there's no oily surfaces. And this is the gasket goo, or what we're using. We've used it lots because we've never bought a head gasket before. We just reuse them because these cats are disposable. We can take them out across the lake and sink them. Yeah. And then go back 3 years later and drag them out and get them up and running. So we don't spend money on these cats because they're disposable, as we say. Oh, I got the burps. I just had some peanuts. All right, so let's get this cylinder head together, because then we can have victory drinks at lunch. Because if we wait till after lunch to do this, we can't have victory drinks. All we can have is a drink to enjoy our meal with. Okay, the Me phone's not recording this great event because I had the gloves on and I couldn't turn the timer on, or the thingy switch. So, okay, this is what you got. All right, see how much the goo you put on? Double layer it, put the gasket on, layer it on, put it on thick, and then set the head down. This is actually going rather well. There's no fighting, no struggling, and I'm sober. I don't know how that's happening. Okay, we did it. Look at that. 2 minutes to 12, and we got the cylinder head on and tightened down. Okay, so we get the head sitting down, and it's lots of gasket goo or that aviation stuff, so you can see it just oozing out. We want that. Okay, so you put your nuts on, you start in the middle with your impact, and you go around and around and around, just a little zig, 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 or no, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, or dugga, whatever. Okay, put a little bit of pressure, work yourself around, and then get your torque wrench out. We're lucky with IH, and you can use your impact sockets, because we don't have any chrome deep ones, okay? Those bad boy sockets. All right, so it only takes me 2 seconds to find out the torque specs on this, just on an internet search, or open the book, not like Caterpillar where they hide everything. So 160 foot-pounds is what they recommend when you put the new head gasket in. But we went a little bit more because we're reusing a head gasket, so we bumped it up to 165. And the joys of using the big torque wrench here, you have your increments or whatever, see there? You know, the fine numbers, just like on Sesame Street. Plus, it doesn't take much lever action. It's actually heavier to lift it from bolt to bolt. Now, if I had a staff member here to move the other end, it would have worked better. So that was no problem. That's why we choose this. But also, too, we did it 3 times around. Okay, we did it at 140, and then we bumped it up, and the final thing was 165. All right, so you want to start in the middle, go around and around, increase your tightness, and then to make sure you don't miss anything, we start at the back, one at a time. Just go back and forth, zigzag, 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 all the way to the front. That way you know you've done it, because you've re-torqued this thing, or torqued it down probably about 3-4 times, right? So that's the way you want to do it, because you don't want to miss a bolt. So okay, so now this aviation gasket goo doesn't dry very quickly. So we get the heat up in the shop here. We're going to put the fans on. Also too, we have to use the valve train for this cylinder head, not from this one, okay? Because valve trains are set to each the individual head, right? The little cups, the little liner things, or whatever you want to call it. So you got to keep the valve train for that head with that head, and then we'll be using this one here. And I'll show you guys later on why we're having to do that, because somebody made some changes. All right, let's go have some lunch with some enjoyable Jack Daniels, because he consulted on this project. So now we can celebrate. The head is on, and hopefully it doesn't leak. But then again, we don't know if the head gasket will leak or the head itself will leak. Oh well, we're having fun at the end of the world, being retired. Okay, after lunch in the kingdom, and it's still snowing out here. It's unreal. The staff will do more in the snow reports, but we're having fun. We're hiding in the shop. I think there's a little too much snow out here just to run the mini hoe back over to the hoe shack. But look at that. My tracks from this morning are all covered in and everything. Oh, wow. All right, let's get working on the cat where it's nice and warm inside, and I guess tomorrow we'll be plowing some snow. Oh, well. Okay, it's going good here, and this is why we have to use the same valve train as what the head spec'd, okay? Down here, I don't know if we can see it, but there's a flat spot right here, right there, okay? there's a lever thing there. Somebody's booger welded it onto there, okay? So this has been changed. So then if I put the valve train from the original head, it has the ball and socket right down here. See, there's the cup for the ball. So that was changed, so I would have been struggling. Okay, and let's walk over here very slowly and steady, not to spill our drinks. Drop the flashlight. Okay, set the flashlight up. Okay, the first thing you do is do your hard stuff. Okay, I don't know if the southern folks have the block heater and thermostat housing, thermostat gauge. Temperature gauge, that's a big word, temperature gauge housing at the back here. So we make sure that's in, because with the firewall all the way forward, the probe has a hard time getting in. Plus turning this with this here makes it difficult. Okay, I had these out, but I also ground in here to make it a little bit of clearance. So do the hard stuff first and then put your valve train on. Okay, so that's how we did it. All right, now we'll do a test for the people at home to see. Okay, this is the decompression lever right here. All right, and it works down here. See that? That moves a lever that goes right through the block to the other side here. I don't know if I have enough talent. See that? All right, so then it's pushing up the lever right there. That used to be the ball and socket thingy. Okay, so now I'll have to move the flashlight. It would be nice to have the film crew from the bedroom. You know, it would be a lot easier. Okay, I don't know if we can look in here. Those little cups down in here, that's pushing the small little valves down. Okay, I'll show you on the other head here. All right, watch the cup. Down it goes. All right, now listen for the snap, the IH snap. If you don't have the snap, that means you don't have decompression, or it's going to start on diesel. Okay, wait. That's the snap. Okay, everything snaps into place. Try it again here. Okay, now the little valves are closed and it'll run on diesel. If you don't have the snap, that means it's not getting the compression. Okay, try it again. Okay, look at that. Okay, and then this lever here is connected to the carburetor float, so that shuts the fuel off, or the gas. All right, I'll stop the camera and we'll go to the other head. Okay, I'm over at the other head, which has the cracked valve. So there's your injector that squirts the diesel fuel in under pressure to make it run under the diesel. Okay, and then over here, this is your intake right here to run on gas, and that's your spark plug hole. Okay, because you got to remember, IH cats have spark plugs. All right, so that's your intake valve, exhaust. Okay, and under this magic cup right here, that's your small little starting valve. So that goes down, and that allows the gas to come in through this hole here, and then that'll start. Okay, it decompressurizes the cylinder, so it's not high compression. Because on this thing's on diesel, the starter won't crank it over; it just barely makes it. But when these are pushed down, it's a gas motor, so lower compression, and it'll start and run. So that's how it works. So these little valves in here sometimes get bent or get abused because they're so small. And if they're not seated in the head when you shut it off or whatever, they warp and bend. So that's why we switch it to diesel and then don't go back to gas. It stays as it. We just use the gas for starting because it's a lot of dramas and everything up here. We'd like to switch these over to direct diesel start like the TD18s and the D69Us. So this head, we got to get the injectors out because we know that these injectors work, kind of, sort of, and then we'll put them over here. And I did bring my injection pull tool in case we have troubles. All right, let's get back to work. It's just about coffee time, and then we can enjoy some real beverage. Okay, I had to set the valves twice because they were backed off, and then I went through and did them one at a time and adjusted them to 18 or 19 on the feeler gauge over there. See the feeler gauge? Yeah, okay. All right, so then I went back through it again and did it again because there were so out of adjustment. So if you're doing it on the feeler gauge, you know, you got to do it twice, you know, to do it right. And then we poured some oil down the shaft here and on the valves, so that way it's not a dry. So that way when I start cranking it over, to get ready to start it up, it's not dry, so it already has oil. All right, let's get the valve cover on, and then we'll do the injectors. Okay, the next problem we have in life, here's the injector itself. You pull it out. Okay, and there's a brass ring on the bottom, which usually stays in the cup here. Okay, so these all have the brass ring. All right, and they don't come out. I tried to pull them out because over here on this head, there's no brass rings down in 3 of these. Okay, so you put the injector in, it's not seating. So now we're using the homemade cup puller, I guess you call it the injector puller, and we're pulling it out. So you put some tension on here. All right, give it some love taps down here with the brass punch there, and then it'll jiggle and wiggle and come out. So we're going nice and slow. We've got how would you say, a little bit there? Yeah. Oh well, there's no sense rushing it because it'll be a while before that gasket, aviation gasket goo, dries. But oh well, let's go get some coffee and come back, and this stuff will be soaking.
Monday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 7 a.m. and as you can see, it is snowing out here. It's actually been snowing most of the night. You can tell by my deck down here, there's a bunch of snow on it. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make breakfast, then get ready for work at 8:30. 8:30 and I'm just getting ready for work. As you can see, it's still snowing out there. It's been like this all night long. I'm sure when I get off for my lunch break, it'll still be snowing. Now it's time to let the dogs back in and get to work. Just after 12:30, I'm getting ready to head back to work. It started snowing pretty good when I got home at lunch. Now it's time to let the dogs back in and get back. I'm going to wipe the snow off of here so when I get off of work from the school, I'll be able to see how much snow has come down. I am also subbing grade 2 again today, and then I have a staff meeting after work. 4:30 and I'm just getting home from work. I had a pretty good staff meeting. We learned a few new things, and it was actually my first staff meeting ever. Now it's time to get the skidoo out and head on over to the kingdom and drop supper off before it gets dark. Just after 4:30 and I made it to the kingdom. Looks like it stopped snowing for the moment, and the sun is even trying to peek out as well. Now I'll head down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. I'm pretty sure we're not doing anything today because it's supposed to snow some more. I was going to shovel out the doggy doors and that, but with it snowing it'd be kind of pointless right now because whatever I do now I'll just have to do again later. While I was in the shop, my dad asked me to do a couple passes on the dog trail here. I'm not going to take the drag with me though because it's still snowing and stuff, so it'd be pointless. I would just have to drag it again later, but I'll do a few passes with the skidoo just to pack it down. That way my dad can come on the trail with the dogs later on today or tomorrow. Just after 5 p.m. and I finished doing 2 passes around the north trail here that goes all the way around behind the house and back. That way it's nice and packed for my dad to walk on tomorrow. Once the weather changes and officially stops snowing, I can take the pallet drag out and clean it up a bit and make it nice and smooth for him. Now I'll head back down to the shop and see what he's up to. 5:30 and I'm officially done in the kingdom. Made sure to grab my dad's water jugs and the card because he has a little list so I can fill these jugs up after I'm done work tomorrow and grab the few things that he has. Now it's time to head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather, and as you can see, it started snowing again. Just after 5:30 and I made it back from the kingdom. I already put the skidoo away. Now it's time to head inside and let the dogs out, and then I think I'll get a fire going and make supper. As you can see here, we got a bit of snow since I last checked at lunch, but I'm gonna wipe it away now, and then by the time I end my day later, we'll see how much snow there is. 6 o'clock and I'm down in the basement getting a fire going now. I'm not sure if you can hear in the background, but I do have my washing machine going and it's draining out the water to finish its load, so that's what you hear in the back. Now I'll open up the stove for you guys and give you a little view. I threw in some toothpick trees and a couple core box lids as well. Tomorrow I'll have to clean out my wood stove again. I do about once a week after a good burn or two, and since I haven't really used it much this week, I've been waiting to clean it out till I have to, but it's looking like I'll have to clean it out tomorrow before I get another fire going. Now it's time to head upstairs and do the weather. Just after 6 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's -9 degrees Celsius, which is 15 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's been really warm today, so as you can see, it's been snowing all day long. It actually only stopped once. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in because I can hear them crying. I also subbed grade 2 all day today, so that was pretty good. I had a really good day teaching. I'm pretty sure I'll be subbing them again tomorrow until their teacher returns some point in time this week, but now it's end my day.
Okay, it's 5:30. We got this side of the motor partially assembled, and then over here we have switched over with the puller, okay? Because we were pushing down with these nuts or these bolts to push on the studs, okay? Now what we're doing is holding it steady, steady here, and sucking these up to get the cups out. So that's a good sign when you get the rubber to come up. Now when you pour diesel fuel down or lubricant down in here, it's going past the rubber because it would just be sitting. All right, we might get one out today. I don't know. Hope we have soaked the other ones down. But this is all fun and games. Remember, we're having fun. Yeah, right. Okay, that was quite the workout. And the little tool got abused, but that's okay. But as long as we got these O-rings sticking out, and then I was able to, how would you say, dribble some diesel fuel down in there. So that hopefully that will loosen them up. What a struggle it was today. But even if this cylinder head is scrap metal junk, the cups have to come out anyways because they're everything we need. We can reuse, repurpose at the end of the world. But also too, back here, I pulled the 3/8 fine thread bolt out, so we had to tap it out using the 7/16 course. But that's the thing, we have to adapt, overcome. Ooh, Clint Eastwood, yes, to get the job done. The little tool took a beating, but that's no problem. Hopefully we get these cups out. But we really can't do anything until the gasket goo or the aviation gasket maker dries, which will be a couple of days. But the thought is we got this thing soaking, so now the cups can come out when we're ready. Let's go check on the flags. Okay, I remember to turn the yard light on when I unplug the fans to record the video. Yes, we have to unplug the fans to record, that way you don't hear the background noise. The wood stove is stocked up. It's 7 o'clock. We're gonna go in, put the winter clothes on to walk the dogs, and then we can make a video, drink some beer. But the struggle was unreal today. Oh wait, I create my own problems. And look at the flag, there's a slight breeze. All right, that's enough fun for today. Let's go drink some beer and make a video. Talk to you later.